Then it integrates the testing into the designing. Testing into designing means while designing, we can test, like the MD simulation part is there. What is that? Like in the, at one stage, we will see whether the compound is binding to the target or not. In the next stage, we will be seeing like for how long the compound is binding to the protein. That is the simulation basically. Okay. So that in the, during designing, we are testing whatever the compound we are, finalizing, whether it is good or not. So we are testing at that time also. Early identification of failed drugs. What is the meaning of failed drug? That means when you start with 1,000 compounds, in the beginning only you will identify only 10 or 20 compounds are there which are actually binding to the protein. Rest of the compounds are not even binding to the protein. There is no meaning of doing the experimental validation. Okay. Now that were the objectives. That was the reason the cadd has been introduced. Now, after introducing the cadd, what are the benefits of the cadd other than the time? Okay, of course, it shortened the process to complete duration. It is an automated process. That means, as we have discussed, that we work on the computational resources. That means the resources are already designed for you. The things are already there. What you have to do, you just have to do your part. You just have to identify your things and just go for the implementation. It is completely automated process. Things are already done. Things are sorted. You just have to do your part. Okay, it is cost effective, definitely. If the repositories are available for all the things, right? Repositories are what the databases, basically. The database for the protein structure, databases for the, hello? Okay, sorry. So databases for the chemical compounds and the tools, verification tools for the, like the admit properties, identification, tools for the simulation, everything is there. So you no need to generate the things again and again. Things are already there. You just have to use them. So it is a very cost effective thing. Shorten time, definitely the short time, you just do it and it will give you the result very quickly as compared to the experimental thing. Low toxicity, of course, when while doing the cadd thing at in very early stage, we will be knowing, we will be checking the admit properties of the compounds. We will be checking the toxicity also. Okay, so this toxicity we can check. Okay, the compound is good binding. Okay, it is binding to the active site residues and it is remain bound. But at one stage, we are identifying that the compound is toxic. We can't use it. We have to drop it out. So we no need to go for any further experimental stage now. We will be very much clear that, okay, at this stage only, we have to drop the compound. Okay. It also minimizes synthetic and the biological testing effort. Of course, as I told you earlier, we used to do all these synthesis and the testing of the compound. That effort will be lesser and it will reduce the possibility of the failed drug that we have discussed in the previous only. At very early stage, we will be knowing that the drug or the compound is able to become a drug or not. Now we have discussed cadd very briefly. Let's start with the procedure. Now in the procedure, the very first thing is the data collection. When it is about the data collection, what we have to work on, like from where we have to get the data. Okay, as I told you, things are already there. We just have to get our own data. Okay, so when you have to start with very beginning, there are two possibilities. If you are a biologist, for example, and you are very much clear about the disease you want to work on, okay, and you are very much clear about the target as well. So you don't need to go for the literature search and all. You are clear about all the things. But if you want to begin with like from the scratch, okay, so from there you have to go through the literature, what things are available, which disease you want to consider, why you want to consider that disease, which target can be considered, why only that target, why not other target. There are so many research questions that need to be answered before starting cadd. And from where we can get the answers of these things? From the literature. And we all know, being a biologist or being a bioinformaticians, we all know PubMed is the richest source of the literature. Okay, so we'll start our data collection from the PubMed. So from the PubMed is like, for example, I want to work on diabetes. Okay, I want to work on tuberculosis. So what I will be doing there, I will be exploring the literature or the research article on the given disease. Okay, I will customize my search accordingly. Okay, I will identify the target. I will show you.